We haven't been living in Colorado that long, if you think about it. I mean, sort of since the late 1800s to now, maybe 140 years or something like that. And in that short amount of time, we have carved this state up. We've fragmented the habitat. We have been very hard on wildlife.
People are not good at leaving anything alone. We're good at modifying and changing everything. There are a lot of places there used to be wolves that have just been wiped out completely.
There was an op-ed in the High Country News maybe a year ago that mentioned the Maroon Bells Wilderness in the Raggeds as a perfect spot for the reintroduction of wolves.
There are, oh my gosh, countless sites in western Colorado that would give rise to a population over time now, and they would find the nooks and crannies where they could do best. If gray wolves became common enough and were in place long enough, they could begin to add resiliency and promote the integrity of the wild landscapes of western Colorado.
This is the Harvey Ranch, and it's been in our family a little over 50 years. And we've been running cattle up here every one of those years. We still do. It's about almost 2,000 acres, not quite. We're lucky in that our ranch borders the White River National Forest, and it actually borders a designated wilderness. And my mother actually had a lot to do with getting that a designated wilderness area. She and a couple of her friends were the leaders.
Well, somebody decided to call 3 women who were instrumental in conservation activities around here, including the Maroon Bells Snowmass Wilderness, and they called us the Maroon Bells, spelled a little differently. I don't know that anybody remembers that now. This was some years back.
My mother is semi-famous in this valley for her conservation work. She and 2 friends, they were pioneers in getting land designated wilderness. They went out and actually mapped it on foot. And I think it's kind of nice that our ranch actually borders an area of wilderness that she helped get designated. I've talked to her a little bit about the wolf, and she's quite interested in seeing its reintroduction. She's definitely someone who believes in rewilding. That's her life's work. Reintroducing the wolf would fit perfectly in her legacy.
I think having good-sized ranches especially does preserve land for natural ecosystems for every kind of wildlife.
When you're dealing with an issue like the reintroduction of a predator like a wolf, obviously there's going to be some fear. I think in this day and age where we dominate the landscape, I don't think we need to live in fear of these big predators.
I think we could certainly tolerate some wolves. We ought to.
I've never lived amongst wolves, but I think it would make this place feel wilder, and I think it would bring back a bigness to the country, if you will.